Well, the batting lineup is very flexible for Nepal. And you can see another Iceman, Arif Sheikh, getting a chance today.
I may be Kushal Mala's biggest fan. I think the world of him. I think the potential that he has in the game is extraordinary. The only reason I don't necessarily agree with him at number 4 in this instance, I know what you're saying about Roelof van der Merwe trying to counteract that threat. He's already bowled 4 or 5. Arjan Dutt is the man who can rattle through teams, as we've seen earlier in the series. He took 6 for against Namibia, and 5 of those 6 wickets were left-handers. He loves bowling to left-handed batters, so this is not a good matchup for Nepal. And it's a matchup they've designed by promoting Mala up the order. I would have stuck with Powdell at 4, even though it would have kept 2 right-handers. Powdell is perfectly capable of dealing with Roelof van der Merwe, and as a consequence, Dutt is going to be very difficult to score off if Mala can survive him.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Lenny. He has to survive Kushal Malla. Yeah! Big appeal, yes, given. That was right in front. Another left-hander for Arjan Dutt.
Just as I spoke about, you could sense it was coming. That is not a good matchup. Mala held back to 6 or 7 when Dutt's already bowled 5 or 6 of the overs, absolutely. Height is the big question there for me. It has bounced, he's a tall man, Arjan Dutt. But umpire Asif from Pakistan says, well, it's certainly straight enough, there's no doubt about that. Height the only question. Mala falls for 2. Maybe we'll see Powdell now. Nepal have got themselves into trouble. They're 54 for 3.
Namaskar, Ma, Miss Nepal, Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan, wishing you all a happier home.
DHI, happier home. छुट्टै छ है
जम्सबाट बच्न अब पाउनुहोस् 100 ग्रामको लाइफबोय साबुन मात्र रु 45 मा।
डिसोम फाइबरनेट मार्फत म मेरा प्रियजनहरूसँग सम्पर्कमा रहिरहन सक्छु। डिसोम फाइबरनेट एउटा गतिशील मात्र नभएर उत्तिकै विश्वासिलो पनि छ। जित मेरो लागि मैदानमा मात्र होइन बाहिर पनि हुनुपर्छ। परिवार, साथीभाइ र फ्यानहरूको मन जित्नको लागि डिसोम फाइबरनेटको सही कनेक्सनले सजिलो बनाइदिएको छ।
डिसोम फाइबरनेट
has turned on its head again. Not the first little mini collapse that Nepal have had in the series. They were in complete control. They looked so confident and calm out there at 42 for none. Max O'Dowd changing bowling. He'll come on with his part-time leg. Breaks row at Powdell will now come in at number 5. And he's there because of this LBW that certainly looked marginal on height.
Yes, he was on the back foot, hit the back leg. Max O'Dowd, the part-time leg spinner, into the attack because Kushal Bhurtel has been there for a long time and he hasn't faced too much of deliveries.
He just hasn't been able to get strike the last few overs. And just as I was talking about that negative matchup for Nepal, Arjan Dutt finds the wicket, finds the breakthrough. You could sense it was coming. Mala didn't look comfortable against the off-spinner and then get very deep in his crease and got trapped LBW. It means that Bhurtel won't want to attack O'Dowd yet. The last thing Nepal can do is afford to lose a 4th wicket. And the very part-time leg spinner, he's only got 1 ODI wicket to his name, and if I remember correctly, I think that was back when he used to bowl some off-spin. He's been allowed to settle into his work immediately. 5 dots, pressure building. Nepal have got themselves in a real muddle, a real mess, a real tangle here.
And talking about Kushal Bhurtel, he shouldn't give up, he should stay there. It doesn't matter if you play too many dot deliveries. Nicely cut away behind square on the offside, resulting a boundary. After 14 overs, Nepal 58 for 3.
Dish Home Fiber Net भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ म जस्तै
डिश होम फाइबर नेट।
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर अयल
टिकिरहने क्वालिटी लिकेज प्रुफको ग्यारेन्टी थाहा नभएको कुरामा पो सोध्ने नि प्लम्बर पाइप्स र फिटिङको कुरामा त आँखा चिम्लेर रोज्ने नि किनकि प्लम्बर पाइप्स र फिटिङ टिकिरहन्छ चलिरहन्छ
It's going to be Aryan Dutt to continue a wicket maiden in his first over, getting rid of Kushal Malla. Roy Podell, it's going to be the first time he's going to face a ball in this innings.
Big innings for the captain. Really is. He's a class act. He got a very good ODI record. This was the last ball, previous over, cut away right on top of the bounce from Kushal Bertel, and nicely placed too. Nice way for Powdell to get off the mark. He'll just breathe a sigh of relief after that duck through the day. He's only batted twice in the series. He's made 1 and none, which is significantly less than you'd expect from the skipper. Did have an excellent ODI series against Canada where he was player of the series, wickets and runs, including an 87 in the second ODI. This partnership feels like an important one, Paresh.
Yes, it is a very important one for Nepal. Roy Podell, he wants to become amongst the runs. Just that Kushal Malla was brought in early. Wide down the leg side.
There is turn, and maybe arguably more importantly for Aryan Dutt, there's bounce on offer. Look at this. This is coming up towards the nearly the pocket hip level of Bertel. These 10 overs, Dutt just limping a touch there. Since they'll go a long way to dictate the fate of this contest. Not quite sure where it's gone wrong here for Nepal, because they looked in such control. 42 for none, with not a single problem. Almost really through their own fault rather than exceptional bowling. They've got themselves into a difficult position now.
Yes, they have, after getting a good start, 42 for no loss, the opening partnership. Will there be something back of the mind of Aryan Dutt? He was taken to cleaners by Kushal Bertel in the first encounter between these two teams.
Yeah, well, I think that's why he's bowling defensively. He was 3 overs, none for 44, wasn't it? So he's coming around the wicket and just happy to bowl some dots and try to almost create a brain implosion from Bertel, create one he hits up in the air or takes on the man out at long on. And then to Powdell, he'll bowl over the wicket, and he's actually going to stay around, but he will be more attacking, slip into place. Won't fear Nepal's captain as much. No run there as Engelbrecht, one of the best Dutch fielders, does the work at mid-wicket. 15 bowled, 61 for 3.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
जम्सबाट बच्न अब पाउनुहोस् 100 ग्रामको लाइफ बोय साबुन मात्र रु 45 मा।
New KFC chicken roll, अब budget मा craving satisfied.
Single hit down to Van der Merwe. He's out at long off. If we follow Van der Merwe back, hopefully what you'll see on the boundary in a moment, we see in the darker blue tops there, on the right that's Tim van der Hoogten, and on the left there's Fred Klassen. He's had a real challenging 6 to 9 months with injury. Great to see the big Kent seamer back. And van der Hoogten, who plays at Glamorgan. As that one is stylishly driven. Well, it was a bit of a freebie, a help yourself ball, one from the buffet from Max O'Dowd. And Powdell is cashed in with beautiful control, 4 to him.
Part-time wrist spinners tend to do that, of half volley, juicy half volley, and Rohit Powdell took full toll of it, hitting in the front of square on the offside towards the cover boundary.
That will just settle a few fans' nerves. This time nudges it round the corner for single. Good batting, much better from Powdell, much better from Nepal. But Van der Hugten and Klaassen come into the T20 I squad, and they will be 2 huge boosts. I'd expect them to play the majority of the games. Klaassen in particular with the new ball. The quite gangly left arm seamer has a fantastic record. And great to see him back fit again. He missed that World Cup.
Yes, a tall, lanky left arm medium pacer. A bowler who can bat, who can hit. Huge round of 6. Big appeal, but shook up ahead by the umpire, Vinay Kumar Jha. Just singling the ball would have gone down the leg side.
So Vinay Kumar Jha says this is missing leg. Height as well. It's come off the shoulder. I think it's also going over the top. For me, that's a good decision. Back live with you now. Bertel cuts away and teases the man out at sweeper cover. It's the second boundary. One's gone to his right, this one goes to his left. Part-time leg breaks being cashed in on by Bertel and Powdell.
Yeah, this was the same shot that he played against Max O'Dowd in the previous over of Max O'Dowd. Again, right on top of the bounce. Overpitched. 10 runs coming off this Max O'Dowd over after 16. Nepal 71 for 3.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
सकली तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ राग आउँछ र त्यो राग शुद्ध धारा तोरीको तेलमा सधैँ रहिरहन्छ। याद राख्नुस्, सबै तेल धारा तोरीको तेल जस्तो शुद्ध चाहिँ नहुन सक्छ।
NS चिन्ह प्राप्त शुद्ध तोरीको तेल धारा
मुटु चाहिन्छ, मुटु।
32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल मार्ने श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल।
Slip remains in place and extra cover fielder is quite tight, almost catching there. Interesting to see O'Dowd being given a job so early. They're pretty friendly leg breaks, I have to say. They're not something that O'Dowd, by his own admission, has perfected yet. And with 2 overs, none for 14. You wonder, will it be a bit of Baz Deleda maybe after the drinks break instead? You really feel as though Dutt is the man who's going to have that wicket-taking threat for the Dutch.
Yeah, he is one of the premier bowlers in this series, has taken 6 for against Namibia, taking 4 left-handers. The sole left-hander, Kushal Malla, getting out in Dutt's ball. A plumb LBW decision given by the umpire. A bit of a miscalculation, do you think, Lenny, by sending in Kushal Malla at number 4, apart from sending the captain, the most reliable batter in the side, Rohit Powdell?
I think a significant one. I think a strategic misstep that Nepal need to reflect upon as to why they did it. Powdell has, in essence, batted almost all of his ODI career as captain at 4. I know he started out lower down at 5 and 6. He has occasionally come in at 3 too. Mala's strength is his aggression, his 6-hitting ability. Leading edge and just short. O'Dowd, he anticipated it, but he couldn't get there. Well, if that had been held, it would have been Netherlands session. Instead, Bertel survives.
Yeah, Bertel tried to close his face too early, getting the leading edge. Almost carrying to the diving Max O'Dowd. A bit surprised by the bounce of that delivery. Kushal Bhurtel.
Again, that's what I'm saying. It's not really the sideways movement that Dutt is going to get all his wickets with, although to the left-handers he will pose that threat. To the right-handers, it's the bounce. He gets really steepling and sharp bounce because he's a tall young man, and he also bowls with good trajectory, good revs, bowls it into the surface, gets good reward. Powdell need to be careful, and Bhurtel was lucky to survive there. That will close out the 17th over. 2 singles come from it, and I think it will get us to that first drinks break. It does. So we'll have a short break here in the commentary box. 17 have been bowled, 73 for 3.
जम्प्सबाट बच्न अब पाउनुहोस् 100 ग्रामको लाइफबोय साबुन मात्र रु 45 मा।
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स।
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
This broadcast is presented by डिसोम फाइबरनेट।
डिसोम फाइबरनेट मार्फत म मेरा प्रियजनहरूसँग सम्पर्कमा रहिरहन सक्छु। डिसोम फाइबरनेट एउटा गतिशील मात्र नभएर उत्तिकै विश्वासिलो पनि छ। जित मेरो लागि मैदानमा मात्र होइन बाहिर पनि हुनुपर्छ। परिवार, साथीभाइ र फ्यानहरूको मन जित्नको लागि डिसोम फाइबरनेटको सही कनेक्सनले सजिलो बनाइदिएको छ।
डिसोम फाइबरनेट।
चिकन खोय
सर से ले आले।
Powerful, just freezer. यति चिसो कि जे पनि जम्छ। DHI, happy home. छुट्टै छ है।
तपाईको असली एनर्जी असली नै रोजौ रेड बुल। टिममा बेस्ट रोजैमा पहिलो एक मात्र ओरिजिनल सबैभन्दा जोसिलो रेड बुल रेड बुल रेड बुल इज ब्याक। तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौ।
श्रीकेश जडीबुटी आयुर्वेदिक हेयर ऑयल 32 जडीबुटी युक्त कपाल झर्न नदिने नयाँ कपाल उमार्ने कपाल कालो बनाउने सप्तऋषि आयुर्वेद कपाल पुरानो मानेश्वर।
फोकस निड्स फ्यूल अर्थात फूड त्यो पनि टाइममा।